Hey everyone, this is Doug Jankowski with the Grizzled Geek, and it's party time. That's right, the Nar Shaddaa Nightlife event is back. With patch 5.2.2, we got the return of the Nar Shaddaa Nightlife, which includes all our favorite waste of time and money, gambling. That's right, you can come to the Star Cluster or the Club Vertica casinos. Come up to one of these butler droids, click on it, grab your smuggler casino chips or your kingpin casino chips, and get to work just pressing these casino slot machines. You got the smuggler ones over here. Those are actually the best ones to start with. The smuggler casino chips are cheaper, and you're going to want the boost that you get from those called Feeling Lucky. Once you have that and a good amount of Kingpin casino chips, maybe 10 or more, then you're going to want to run over to the Kingpin slots here, and you've got about 2 minutes for that Feeling Lucky boost to help you help improve your chances of winning some of the prizes. They have expanded the prizes a bit this year. One, you can get the ranker with golden certificates now instead of waiting for the random drop from the Kingpin bounty. Instead, it's going to be that Gamorrean companion we've heard about that's going to be the random drop from the Kingpin bounties. So that's got a lot of people in chat talking about how much money they've wasted trying to get that. But hey, if that's your idea of fun, cool. I know I spent so far only about 100,000 credits, and I bet about a half hour or so clicking the slots. So it's fun. Especially when you're waiting to do something else. If you're waiting for a master flashpoint or something along those lines, it's a great way to kill some time and look for some cool rewards. When you first get here, well, first off, if you're on the fleet, you'll see in the inner ring there'll be advertisements. There'll be a little mission counter type thing that you can click on. And it's not a mission per se. It'll just give you an advertisement saying come here to Nar Shaddaa and go to either Club Vertica if you're on the Republic, or the Star Cluster if you're on the Empire. And then you can actually get here, and there'll be a couple of missions. One you'll find in these little crates. I've already done it for the day, but I believe it's going to be a daily. So you come over here, click on the crate, and it'll ask, or the mission will be to play the smuggler slots 10 times. As a reward, you're going to get 25 free smuggler token, casino tokens, and one of the Kingpin tokens. So then you come over, you click on some slots. There's a pretty good chance, 50-50 chance, in fact, that you're going to at least win your coin back. There's a chance that you'll get 2, and then occasionally, I'm not sure the exact percentages, Dolphy has it all broken down, you'll get a Kingpin casino. Once you've built up a few, then you can come over here and roll for getting the better prizes, either the golden certificate, the companion, the Gamorrean companion, or there's a special mount that you can only get from that, and I think it's the black one there. There you go, that one that's spinning around right now. The other one you can buy with golden certificates, which drop, think about, if you've got the Feeling Lucky, about 30% of the time. So anyways, there will be one other mission that you can get here, and that's from this pit boss. I believe one or the other is a daily, and the other one's a weekly. So you get the mission from him. It'll be a macro binocular mission where you'll come over here and scan the people at the sabacc tables here. And one of them's cheating, and you're going to find with your macro binoculars who it is who's cheating. You'll go back, you tell the pit boss, and he gives you a Kingpin token as a reward. So that's what we got for the Nightlife, Club Vertica Nightlife, or the Star Cluster Casino Nightlife. Another thing we got is improvement to how we gain influence with companions. So if you look at the various missions now, when you send companions out, it'll have attached the amount of influence you're going to get for the companions. Now, this is a really slow way to build influence, but it's a more maybe more useful than sitting around and handing out gifts for 20 or 30 minutes at a time. At least here you're getting something out of it. Hopefully your guys are critting and getting you some missions, or you're getting components you need to craft or to make war supplies or whatever it is. So you can click on that, send them out, and then that's a way to build up your guys, the influence of your guys who are not like maybe your top tier guys who you've already worked on. I know I've spent a lot of time, a lot of money handing out gifts, and this is a welcome addition. I just wish it had come a little sooner. Alright, in addition to that, let's go ahead. Actually, I think I just sent Theron out on a mission, but I'm going to call him back. Actually, I'll look at Shay Vizsla, because Theron, Sean, and Shay Vizsla can now be customized. And by that, they don't mean the little customization thing that comes here, that you can change up their looks, some base looks. Now you actually have gear that you can replace for them. So if you want to dress Shay Vizsla up in the new Mandalorian gear that came out with the latest cartel packs, you can do that. If you want Theron to wear a trench coat or body armor or whatever, you can change all that up. You can also, I believe, change the color, dye modifications on these guys. I haven't tried that yet, so I'm not positive, but it looks like you can do it. So if you don't like the color they are, you can always exchange that. All right, so that's. So there's a couple of other changes that came. There was a few that were just correcting minor errors. For example, some of you may have noticed that once you left a group, you could still see group chat if it was still hanging around. That has apparently been fixed. I haven't seen it, so and I've been in a couple of groups, so I think we're okay on that front. They also made it so that if you're on Iocath and you're running around as a mouse droid or running in your walker, that you can still loot in that form. So that'll be a nice change, because that was kind of annoying having to dismount or just leave stuff behind. All right, we're going to go then to the fleet and take some look at some of the crafting things that changed. All right, real quick before we head off to the fleet, I did want to show you guys the vendors for the casino prizes. These are, you got to have golden certificates to get anything from these. The one on the right, Tradu Vola, these are the ones that have been around the whole time. This Kingpin's outfit, the HK customization, the customization for your some of your companions, and then probably the best item is the Tommy gun. It's really cool, probably the coolest weapon that you're going to get out of this casino event, so that's nice. But the really cool items are here on the left with Shakfa Flumph, which includes a bunch of new decorations that they didn't have the last time. Like I said, the Kingpin Ranker you can now get with these golden certificates. There's a nice Nightlife Socialite items, which I can't remember if they had those last time or not. I didn't really pay attention. And a couple of cool mounts. And let's see what the T7 customization looks like. Just give them like gray instead of the colorful stuff, so that's interesting. Alright, so there we go. Now let's go ahead and head off to the fleet. Alright, I went ahead and switched characters because I did want to show you some stuff that I'd already done with my smuggler, so I've gone ahead and switched to my commando, but we are on the fleet. We're going to take a look at a few things that changed. Here's the advertisement. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but this advertisement points you to go to Club Vertica or whatever. So let's go ahead and exit out of that. And the first little minor thing, this was not really in the patch notes, but they've got a new, I think this is a one-time mission. They've got the Introduction to Conquest. So it's got some nifty little rewards, a Grand Chance Cube, some fleet requisition and ship requisition, some unassembled components, and a decent amount of command points. Basically what you're going to do is click on your mission log, come over here, check out to see what you need to do to meet your conquest objectives, and you succeed in that. Now, for those who have already done conquest, or at the very least got their conquest points for last week, I believe you automatically get this. So there you go. I automatically achieved that one because I had reached my conquest goal last week. It might be for anybody who's done conquest. I'm not positive on that. But at the very least, if you did your conquest last week, you should automatically get the rewards for that. So let's go ahead and check a couple of things out. I'm going to grab the Starfighter. The requisition points were supposed to be raised, as are the command points for Starfighter matches and the dailies and weeklies for it. I think they're making a big push to try and get people interested in Starfighter again, and part of that is they've opened up more the ships. Everybody gets a strike fighter and a scout, but now everyone's also going to have a bomber, and if you didn't already have a gunship, you'll have one, and if you already opened one, for example, I got one because I was a subscriber when Starfighter came out, so I got one automatically, but now I've got a second one. So that's a little perk they gave us. In addition, they gave us some more cosmetic choices. I think they increased the number of these. I'm not positive. I didn't actually do a lot of customizing unless I got something in like a cartel pack. But there we've got that, and there's all these different designs you can get. So you can color code your ships however you want. So there's that. One annoying change they made is they changed the interface for mail. Apparently, even after years of having it like this, they decided to switch the delete and get all. So several times I've hit this delete. I've selected all, hit the delete, and luckily it gives you a message. So just be aware that if you want to get everything, get all of your sale, all your cash from sales on the GTN or items or whatever, click the one on the left, not the right. Okay, so get rid of those. Next change was a little bit of changing to crafting. So we're going to go over to that area. Well, on our way, we're going to stop through the supply area. They added the level 4 tier. I think they already had those in there for your unassembled component parts. But if you come over into this area, the level 1 people, so this is Smuggler, for example, now are taking command tokens. So you can get the level 1 gear directly for command tokens. You don't have to go through that whole unassembled route and go back and forth. Also, if you come to this droid dealer, this guy decided to park on him, where you get the... These apparently are random, where these appear. Normally the superior command boost is on top, then the command boost, but now they added this IOCATH recombinator, and the order they're appearing here is actually different than it was on my other characters. So I'm not sure what's going on there, but just make sure you're paying attention to which one you're clicking on. So if you wanted to buy a superior command boost. But if you're going to do some level 10 crafting, which is now open to us, you are going to need some of these IOCATH recombinators for those higher level gear items. You'll also need a new crafting material, the crafting components that will be available. Now there's going to be a level 10 one. So if you go to your crafting, if you go to your assembled components, you now have up through level, this is a level 10, okay, so they've added another special level 10 one. We're going to go grab that now. Now those, that's all you're going to get from the craft trainers, the actual items. The special, I believe they said it's 246 items. It's not the 248. You're not going to be able to craft any of that. You still have to get that out of crates. But the 246, you can craft a 246 by coming to this guy, your craft chainer for whatever you craft, getting this new infused, so it's a superior Cybertech combined component, I guess. So you grab that. You're going to need to make those. So let's go see what it takes to make one of those. So you click on that, and you'll see you need those IOCATH recombinators to be able to create these infused plasteel cyber assembly component, or whatever whatever one you use, depending on what your crafting skill is. So be aware of that if you want to craft those. So there's yet another component to it. Now, the actual gear you're going to craft with those materials are going to be dropping from things like Warzone crates. So if you go and if you finish your mission and you get a command crate, they actually are listed as command crafting lockboxes now. That's interesting. Okay, so those will have the mods and stuff that you want, or the schematics for those. All right, so let's take a look at what some of those are like, and we'll go ahead and be switching back to the smuggler to do that. All right, so actually I had a companion finish a mission, so you can see here the influence gained with them, as well as the light side points. So that's a little encouragement, I guess, to send people out on crew skill missions more. I don't know if that's something that had fallen off. It can be kind of annoying at times trying to manage 8 people, 8 companions if you're up to level 70. So okay, let's go ahead and turn in my my daily for Warzone, and then get that command crate and take a look at that. So okay, we're gonna get a daily Warzone command crate. Let's open that up and see what we get in it. Well, that's only actually didn't give us any schematics at all. So it looks like you're going to have to get the weekly to get the schematics. So all it did was give us the refined isotope stabilizer. So, alright. So I will take a look at, try and find more out about that and maybe do an update. So here, one of the last few, there's a couple things I want to show you to end this video. One of them here is that they did up the value of disintegrating items. So as you go up in tiers, it becomes more valuable to disintegrate items. So one of the cosmetic gear items in tier 4 is going to be 130 points instead of just 100 command points for disintegrating it. Then a blue item is going to be 360 instead of, I think it used to be just 200, maybe 300. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I've disintegrated anything. But there, so they give you a little more points for, they know that you're going to run into a place where you get a lot of gear that's not going to do you any good. You're going to start maxing things out, so they're upping your reward for working with that, I guess. So still 100 for these pets and mounts and stuff like that. Well, I've never disintegrated a mount, but I don't care about pets, so I'm going to go ahead and disintegrate that. Alright, so one last thing, we're going to go to my stronghold and take a look at the Jawa vendors. Alright, another thing we're going to look at is the Jawa dealers. They have now had level 10 components added, or level 10 materials. So you got the scavenge scrap. Level 10 things are 12 of the scavenge scrap. The premium items are 6 of the droid parts, and then the artifact are 3 of the Jawa junk. Okay, so those have been added in, so you can now buy the level 10 component or level 10 materials. Also, we got a couple of items added to our legacy, so a couple legacy perks. One is levels 4 and 5 of speeder piloting that increased the speeder speeds to 120 and then 130%. Now, I have seen a couple of people on YouTube have been saying, like SWTOR Central for one, that it's not working correctly right now. That the speed is not actually increased. So if you line up with somebody who does not have, so say somebody has level 3, you buy level 4, you line up next to each other, you're going to drive the same speed. I've not had the chance to test that out, but be aware that that could be something that still needs to be fixed. But it is 600,000 credits to get Speeder Piloting 4 and 1.2 million to get Speeder Piloting 5. But once they are working, probably worth it. The other item, so those are character perks. They're character specific. Each one's going to have to buy them separately. The other one is legacy wide, and that is the commanding legacy perk. You have to have somebody who is command rank 300, but once you do, they can purchase this perk for your legacy, and all of your characters, all your alts on that legacy who are not command rank 300 will get a 25% bonus to all command experience earned. And that will stack with the various command boosts you can buy. So, you can combine those two to get 125% bonus, 50% bonus. It also will stack with that other legacy character perk that goes up to, I believe it's 15% on that front. So those are some cool perks. Alright, well those were the highlights for our new patch update 5.2.2 with some of the changes that it brought about. All relatively minor. There were some cool little additions. The nightlife event can be pretty fun. Take it in doses, I guess. Now that I found out that the ranker can be bought for certificates, that's pretty cool. So I'll definitely check into that. And go back. The gold certificates are kind of tough to get. Like I said, I played for about a half hour, maybe 40 minutes earlier, and I got 2. So it does take a little work, some patience, but like I said, if you're waiting for a group to pop for a Master Mode Flashpoint or a Starfighter match or something like that, you may have some time to just sit around and play with the slots. Our next update is going to be the big one, though. That's going to bring in quite a few new points, changes to the system. The biggest of which is going to be a new stronghold, likely on Manon. I've not heard that that's been verified. There's just been a hint that you'll have a nice ocean view. So I think a lot of people have been clamoring for the Manon stronghold. So that's likely what we're going to get, and that should be in about 4 weeks or so. So when that does come out, and I think that's patch 5.3, I will definitely take a look at it. I will pick up the new stronghold and take a tour of it, unlock all the rooms and take you guys on a tour on it so you can see what it looks like, whether you want to invest your credits in it. But in the meantime, we got 4 more weeks. Next week I'm going to have or maybe later this week, a little look at Galactic Starfighter, since it's becoming a little more popular. But I'd like to hear from you guys what other things you'd like me to take a look at in the game, either to review, do more top 5s on, maybe just to play through. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of the changes that have been made to the system as we've gone on further into patch 5 or update 5, I guess, as we've added different changes to the command crates and the command system. I think they're getting better, but I'd like to know what you think on that subject. Yeah, so there we go. You guys have fun continuing to play SWTOR. Enjoy the nightlife event, and may the Force be with you.